Assalamualaikum and good day, Ahmad Fauze. In this video, we will present our technical analysis report in which we analyze 5 sector stocks: Maybank, Inari, Slrvst, IHH Healthcare, and also Nestle. Throughout this presentation, we will discuss the technical analysis of each stocks and provide insight based on price movement and market performance.
Good morning everyone. So today I'll be presenting my stock analysis of Malayan Banking Berhad, or also known as Maybank, which is the largest banking group in Malaysia. So based on its financial year 2025 performance, Maybank recorded 66.37 billion in revenue and 10.51 billion in net profit, which reflects its strong financial positions. So by looking at the 1-year price chart, the stock experienced a strong uptrend and reached a high of 12.40 in February 2026 before undergoing a healthy correction. And then it later rebounded from the 10.40 support level and is now consolidating around 10.80, which sets the stage for technical analysis that I'll discuss next. So to evaluate Maybank's current market condition, I combine trend, momentum, and volatility indicators to obtain a more reliable analysis. So from the trend analysis, the key support level is 10 ringgit 40 cent, while the nearest resistance is between 11 and 11 ringgit 10 cent. And the stock is currently moving sideways, which indicate a consolidation phase after its early correction. So by looking at the moving average, although the price still trading slightly below the short-term and long-term averages, the gap is narrowing, which suggests that bearish momentum is gradually weakening. So for the momentum indicators, it also supports this view. And the RSI remains near the neutral level, while the MACD shows that selling pressure is easing and the stochastic oscillator is approaching a bullish reversal signal. So finally, the Bollinger Bands have narrowed significantly, which indicates lower volatility. This often signals that the market is preparing for its next major move. So investors should closely watch for a breakout above the resistance level. So based on both fundamental and tactical analysis, I recommend a buy for medium to long-term investors while waiting for stronger confirmations. So in the bullish scenario, if Maybank breaks above 11.10 with strong trading volume, the share price could continue towards 11.30 to 11.50 with the next major resistance at around 11.75. So for the best scenario, which is also the most likely outcome, is that the stock continues consolidating between 10.60 and 11 as investors wait for a stronger market catalyst. And on the other hand, if the price falls below 10.50, it may retest the major support level at 10.40 cent. So to conclude, Maybank remains fundamentally strong, and although it is currently consolidating, most technical indicators suggest that selling pressure is easing. Therefore, I believe that Maybank offers attractive recovery potential for investors who are willing to hold the stock over the medium to long term.
So now I will be presenting our stock analysis on Slrvst Holdings Berhad, a leading company in Malaysia's renewable energy sector. Let's begin with the company overview. Slrvst Holdings Berhad was founded in 2012 and was listed on Bursa Malaysia in 2019. The company specializes in solar photovoltaic engineering, procurement, construction, and commissioning, making it one of the leading solar energy solution providers in Malaysia. Currently, Slrvst has a market capitalization of approximately 3.03 billion, a price-to-earnings ratio of 36.67, and a beta of 0.50, which indicates low stock price volatility. Over the past year, its share price has ranged between 1 ringgit 83 cent and 2 ringgit 30 cent before recently showing a strong upward trend. The stock is currently approaching a key resistance level around 3 ringgit 8 cent to 3 ringgit 10 cent, while trading volume suggests growing investor confidence and institutional buying activity. Next, let's look at the technical indicators. The first indicator is the exponential moving average, or EMA. A golden cross between the 10-day and 100-day EMA occurred in early April, which is a strong bullish signal indicating a possible long-term upward trend. In addition, the stock price is trading above the middle of the envelope channel, showing that buying momentum remains strong. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, we can see that they have expanded after a period of low volatility. This breakout suggests increasing market momentum, and since the current price remains above the middle band, the bullish trend is still intact. Now, let's look at the momentum indicators. The rate of change, or ROC, is currently close to zero, suggesting that buying momentum has slowed and the stock may consolidate in the short term. However, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is at 56.8, which is considered neutral to bullish. Since it is still below the overbought level of 70, there is still room for further price appreciation. For the MACD, both the MACD line and the signal line remain above the zero line, indicating that positive momentum is building. Meanwhile, the stochastic oscillator has entered the overbought zone, meaning that we may see a short pause or consolidation before the next upward move. Finally, let's discuss the price forecast and trading scenarios. The immediate support level is between 2 ringgit 90 cent and 3 ringgit, while the strongest support zone is between 2 ringgit 70 cent and 2 ringgit 80 cent. The immediate resistance is around 3 ringgit 10 cent to 3 ringgit 15 cent, with the next target between 3 ringgit 25 and 3 ringgit 30 cent if the breakout is confirmed. Overall, our outlook remains bullish. If the stock successfully breaks above 3 ringgit 10 cent with strong trading volume, it has the potential to continue rising towards 3 ringgit 30 cent. However, if it fails to hold above 2 ringgit 90 cent, a pullback towards the stronger support zone is possible. Therefore, investors should closely monitor both price movements and trading volume while maintaining proper risk management through disciplined stop-loss strategies. And that is all from me. That concludes my presentation on Slrvst Holdings Berhad.
Good morning, Sir Ahmad Fauze. My name is Lyne. Today, I will be presenting the technical analysis of Inari Berhad or Inari. As of 2nd of July 2026, the stock price is around 2 ringgit 21 cent with a market capitalization between 7.8 billion and 9.0 billion. First, let's look at the moving average and envelope indicators. The EMA indicators show that Inari is still an overall uptrend. The EMA 10 is around 2 ringgit 24 cent, while the current price is slightly below it at around 2 ringgit 21 cent. This tells us that the stock is experiencing in a short-term pullback, but it is not a sign of a trend reversal. The EMA 100 is much lower at 1 ringgit 95 cents, and since the current price is still above this level, it confirms that the long-term trend remains bullish. For the envelope indicator, the current price is trading close to the center band. This means the stock is moving within its normal trading range and is currently in a consolidation phase after its strong rally from April to June. Next, let's look at the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are becoming a narrower, which is known as a volatility squeeze. This usually means the stock is storing energy before making a strong move. At the moment, the price is near the middle of the Bollinger Band, so it is waiting for a breakout. If the price moves above 2 ringgit 21 cent, it may continue its uptrend. However, if it falls below 2 ringgit 16 cent, it could signal further weakness. Now, let's discuss the momentum indicators, which include the MACD, stochastic oscillator, RSI, and the rate of change. The MACD shows a bearish crossover, but both lines are still above zero. This suggests that bullish momentum is slowing, but the overall trend is still positive. The stochastic oscillator also indicates weaker buying momentum. The RSI is around 52, which is considered is neutral. It means that the stock is neither overbought nor oversold. Meanwhile, the rate of change is negative. It's showing that the price momentum has weakened. Overall, this indicator suggests that Inari is currently consolidating rather than reversing its trend. Finally, the trading strategy and price forecast. The most important resistance level is 2 ringgit 42 cent, while the key support level is 2 ringgit 10 cent. If the stock successfully breaks above 2 ringgit 42 cent with strong trading volume, it could continue its bullish trend and move towards higher price. On the other hand, if it falls below 2 ringgit 10 cent, it may signal the beginning of a downtrend. In conclusion, although Inari is currently moving sideways in a consolidation phase, the overall long-term trend is still bullish. Investors should closely monitor the support and resistance levels because the next breakout will likely determine the stock future direction. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Beverly Jude, and today I will present my stock analysis of Nestle Malaysian Berhad, which is listed on Bursa Malaysia under stock code 4707. In this presentation, I will cover the company overview, share price movement, technical analysis, and the expected price outlook. Nestle Malaysian Berhad is one of the leading food and beverage company in Malaysia and is part of the global Nestle group. The company is well known for popular brands such as Milo, Maggi, Nescafe, KitKat, and Lactokit. Because these products are used every day, the company is considered a defensive stock with stable demand. The company has a market value of about 21 ringgit 38 billion, a PE ratio of 38.64, and a dividend yield of around 2.35%. Its beta of 0.18 also show that the share price is less volatile than the overall market. Over the past 12 months, Nestle share price reached a high of 121 ringgit 90 cents in January 2026 and a low of 75 ringgit 6 cents in July 25. In the recent 3 months, the support level is around 91 ringgit 20 cents, while the resistance level is 104 ringgit. Trading volumes stay fairly steady for most of the year. However, there was a clear increase in volume at the end of May 2026. This shows stronger investor interest and may signal a possible change in price direction near the support level. Next, I analyze several technical indicators. First, the SMA 30 and EMA 10 form a golden cross, which is a positive signal. Then the share price may move higher in the short term. The Bollinger Band shows lower price volatility, meaning the stock could be preparing for a breakout. If the price moves above 95 ringgit, it may continue to rise. However, if it falls below 88 ringgit, the trend may become bearish. Overall, these indicators show that the stock is at an important price level. The momentum indicator gives a more careful outlook. The MACD is still below zero, showing that selling pressure is still stronger than the buying pressure. The RSI is 37.24, which means the stock is weak but not yet oversold. At the same time, the negative rate of change or ROC confirms that the downward trend is still achieved. On the other hand, the stochastic oscillator is in the oversold area. This means selling pressure may be slowing down, and the stock could recover if more buyers enter the market. Therefore, investors should wait for a clearer signal before making a trading decision. Based on the analysis, there are 3 possible scenarios. In the bullish scenario, if the share price breaks above 95 ringgit with strong trading volume, it could rise to between 98 ringgit and 102 ringgit. In the best scenario, the stock is expected to move between 90 ringgit and 95 ringgit while waiting for a stronger market signal. In the bearish scenario, if the price drops below 90 ringgit, it may fall further to 88 ringgit or even 84 ringgit. In conclusion, Nestle Malaysian Berhad is still a strong company with stable business performance. However, the current technical analysis shows mixed signal. Investors should monitor the price movement and trading volume before deciding to buy or sell. Thank you for your attention.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Ahmad Fauze. Today I am presenting a technical analysis and trading outlook for IHH Healthcare Berhad, ticker 5225 on Bursa Malaysia. IHH is one of Asia's largest private healthcare operators, managing premier brands like Lyne, Pantai, and Acibadem. While healthcare is traditionally considered a highly resilient defensive blue chip sector, so our recent 2026 data shows that the stock is currently experiencing a significant short-term bearish pressure, creating a very interesting setup. Next, we move to the historical stock performance that I took the chart for 1 year. Is 3rd July of 2025 until 3rd July of 2026. So you're looking at the recent price action. IHH reached a peak of around 9 ringgit 80 cent in March 2026, but has since entered a clear markdown phase. It recently crashed straight through its major multi-month support floor of 8 ringgit 55 cent, settling down at 8 ringgit 50 cent as of early July. Next, I will move to the momentum and technical analysis. But for technical indicator, I only explain Bollinger Bands and moving average, while the momentum indicator I will explain involving rate of change ROC, relative strength index RSI, and also stochastic oscillator. So first is moving average. The analysis that we can explain here is a clear dead cross structure formed when 30-day SMA crossed below the 10-day EMA, confirming that sellers are in a complete control of the current trend vector. Second, we have Bollinger Band. So the price recently closed below the lower band boundary of 8 ringgit 19 cent. This represents a highly overextended short-term oversold climax, which is statistically hints a sharp mean reversion bounce back inside the bands very soon. Next, we move the momentum indicator. So both the rate of change ROC and relative strength index RSI confirm this oversold stat. The RSI stands at 37.58, well below the crucial 30 threshold, while the stochastic oscillator has just shown a green %K line crossing above the orange %D, line D oversold zone, triggering a potential short-term buy signal. So next, we move to the last slide on how to monitor price action closely. So based on this indicator, we have mapped out a strategic trading plan centered around a short-term relief rally. So first thing is entry setup. A safe entry price is set at 8 ringgit 10 cent to 8 ringgit 30 cent, waiting for the daily candlestick to formally close back above the immediate liquidity floor or the 10-day EMA. Second is risk management. To mitigate downside risk, a tight stop loss is placed at 7 ringgit 90 cent to 7 ringgit 95 cent, safely below the psychological 8 ringgit whole number handle. Third is profit targets. So our initial take profit 1 is 8 ringgit 55 cent and 2 8 ringgit 60 cent, which line up with previous structural support and resistance. Therefore, a full exit target can be eyed at 8 ringgit 80 cent if the macro bullish momentum extends. Hence, alternatively, under a strict bearish scenario, if the price breaks below 8 ringgit, selling pressure will accelerate toward the micro value envelope for 7 ringgit 73 cent. In conclusion, while the macro trend for IHH-LK remains technically negative in the immediate term, the stock is deeply oversold. For disciplined trader, this statistical imbalance presents a high probability opportunity for a fast and short-term counter bounce. However, because the MACD has not yet formed a formal bullish crossover, we recommend approaching with caution and waiting for price confirmation at the entry zone. That's it. Thank you.